Hey guys, this is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be making some awesome power with ender pearls from Rftools, and we're also going to be diving into some thermal expansion. Hopefully you guys are ready. Alright guys, so I've basically AFK'd in here all night long to see what the amount of items would be that we'd gather. Then I also went ahead and set up the void resource miner, which is actually not, it's exactly the same as this. No joke, it's completely the same. And I used the red lens for this, and I literally just set this guy up. Hasn't been running for very long, but I'm using the red lens because I mainly want, which actually hasn't even showed up in here yet, it's surprising. But the red lens is supposed to help us get some more of the magma rack. I'm sure it's not, I mean, it'll just give us a higher chance of getting the magma rack. This guy is also producing redstone, but this is all the items that I gained in about a 12-hour period or so. You can see that definitely having this lens, the cyan one, really helped us gain this ender dust. Look how much ender dust we have and diamond dust. And then I took half of the emeralds because I actually just got done converting those over. And then we also got some pulverized platinum, some mana metal, and we also got some more of this misty world metal. But that was the main thing I want is the ender pearls as of right now. And that's because today we're going to be diving into some ender pearl power. Now that may sound interesting, but it definitely is interesting. It's a very interesting mod. I've been processing all this stuff. I went ahead and set up some kind of automation, not really automation, a buffer chest per se. So I can let this thing go. I can put like a few stacks of the glass in there, just let it go. And I don't have to worry about this. I can just let this thing do its, do its thing. And this is just a really large buffer, so that way it can just hold those items and go. By the way, this is set to drop 5 items, and then this is set to like, I think it's 7 or 8 ticks, or 7 or 8 sand, and this is 30 sand. So yeah, that's how that's running, just in case you wanted to know. All right, so I've also made a few more Rftool machine frames. I was in the process of doing that. I've also been processing some steel. So just a few things I've been doing off camera. As you can see, we got a bit more metal here. We're actually generating way more material than I can get processed right now. So let's talk about this room. Yeah, I went ahead and organized this stuff. So the controller is actually pretty cheap. I didn't know it was that cheap. I think I looked it up before and it didn't even show up for me yet. Probably because I was searching it wrong. But back here, I went ahead and set up all of these strainers, and they're each using the Obsidian Survivalist. This is actually backed up. I don't know why that's backed up. I might have to actually fix that. I might have to have 2 inputs going in here. But this one's not backed up. That's probably what the problem is. But yeah, I'm using the reinforced survivalist strainers. These last a long time. Plus you get a 25 bonus efficiency on them. So that also helps out a lot. But this should be sorting everything. You know what? Well, I'll check it later, but I'm pretty sure it's pulling out because these are going up. And that's definitely going up. But yeah, we have all these different items, like the stackable items with sand and stuff like that. But the majority of this, I mean, there's just so much of it. I've actually already processed like 2,000 iron ore rocks already. And that's where that iron come from. But today we're going to be working down here. I went ahead and got this area set up for what we're going to be setting up. We're going to be setting up the Intergenic Generators from Rftools. Now, there's a few things that we need to get done first. We need to make a few things. Let's go ahead and take a look here at Rftools. So, first things first, I'm going to need the Intergenic Generators. Oh, let's clear out of here. So this is what the Intergenic Generator looks like. We need 4 of them, and it is kind of expensive with some diamond, but really it's not that bad. But we're going to need 4 of those guys. So there we go. We're also going to need, I do believe, 5 of the pearl injector, or not pearl injectors, ender monitors. I believe it's 5. So let's go ahead and get our redstone going here. Let's go ahead and make a stack of redstone torches because we're going to need those eventually. And then we're also going to need this. Let's make a stack of those. Or I guess as many as we can. Alright, and let's go ahead and work on this. So, I think I need 5 of them. I do believe. 5. Yeah, it's 5. And then we're also going to need some sequencers, which is also a part of Rftools. Everything we're going to be using is Rftools except for the redstone that we're going to lay down. So, sequencer, yet again, we're going to need, I do believe, 6 of these. There's 6 of them. Because we need 4 for the round section and 2 off to the side. And we're going to need a timer. This requires a clock. And there's that. Then we also, of course, need some redstone. And then a couple other things we're going to make. Actually clear this out again. We're going to need a few power cards. Let's go ahead and make 4 of them. Do I have paper in here, I wonder? Oh, we need paper and we need gold. So let's go grab some gold real quick. And this is not going to be that long of a setup. It's actually pretty easy once you get the hang of it. I've built it 2 times now in my test world just to make sure I had it down on how to make it. And I could kind of memorize it. And I'm pretty sure I have it memorized at this point. It's not that difficult to set up. So paper was the other thing that we were missing. I think I made a bunch of paper. I don't remember where I put it. There's a couple pieces of paper. I guess I'm gonna have to go grab some sugarcane. Never hurts. It'll at least make the amount of paper that we need for today's episode. We don't really need that much. There we go. So let's go ahead and make some paper real quick. Alright, so we're gonna need, let's see, at least 4, and then we're gonna need a 5th one for wherever we decide to put our central power at. Okay, so we have that down, and I'll explain what all this stuff does here in a little bit. And then we're also going to need 5 power cells. This is where it gets a little bit expensive. As you can see, it requires the prismarine, which is why we get prismarine over here. So let's throw that in there. And I mean, nothing is blocking us from this. This is wireless power right here. So let's go ahead and get some redstone blocks. I think that's 5 worth. Yep, 20. And I mean, let's make 5 of these. All right, so there's the power cells. Each one's going to go on top of the ender generator. And then we're also going to need some ender pearls, of course. All right, and then we're missing the final block, which is the pearl injector, which I believe is the pearl injector, which requires a hopper. And a chest. And there's a pearl injector. All right, so this is all the blocks needed. Let me grab some more redstone since it did kind of pop out of my inventory. We don't honestly even need that much redstone. All right, so let's go ahead and get this set up. So down here is the room that I wanted to set this up in. And I set this block here so I can know, because I framed this room out to fit this machine. And I wanted to put that there just so I knew exactly where everything's going to go. And I also forgot that I'm going to need my smart wrench. So I need to grab that. You have to have your smart wrench. Believe me, you're going to want this thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and set these up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here because this is the point where I wanted to start it. And we're going to break that. And let's go ahead and place down this. We need that there. I'm spacing them 2 apart, as you can see. Just like that. 2 apart. So right here would be where our portal is at. So we can kind of see everything down here. Alright, so we'll put a pearl injector here. And then I'm going to have a sequencer facing this. Sequencer on this side facing it. And these 2 sequencers are going to be set. Make sure you turn this to once 2. And this will be set to 1 and 3 on the ticks. Same on this one. 1 and 2. Or 1 and 3, sorry. And this is the start. So we have the kind of start going. So let's go ahead and link these things up. So we're going to be going in this direction around. So let's link this. You just right click on here and then right click on this one. Right click on this one and then right click on that. And like that and vice versa. Back to that one. And then they're all linked together and you can kind of see above them a little demonstration. Whenever you're holding the wrench, kind of like a visual thing going on. And then we're ready to kind of push on. So this right here is going to say, when the pearl is fired, send a redstone signal to the sequencer. And then we're going to set the sequencer to 3 and 5 ticks, and then once 2. And then we're going to repeat that all the way across on every single one. So like that, then to the sequencer, make sure you set this to pearl fired, set this to 3 and 5. And just to reiterate, pearl fired, 3, 5. And then on your last one, pearl fired, 3 and 5. Pretty simple, right? All right, and then we have the last little bit, which is what resets the whole thing whenever the ender pearl dies out. So we'll set this to pearl fired. And then right here, we'll set a timer. And we'll set the timer to 30 seconds. A 30-second delay. Awesome. So this should not, this basically will stay off if a pearl is being fired. So every time this receives a redstone signal, this timer, it resets the timer. As you can see right now, it's going 30 ticks. It's going really fast. But if it receives a redstone signal, when this like goes through, this will continue to reset the timer so it won't actually activate. But whenever the pearl dies out, and this doesn't send a signal anymore, this will then fire the redstone signal. All right, now time to redstone wire everything up. I think I actually did the wall backwards. I did it like I was going to go this way. That's okay. We will change that in a little bit. So the redstone's going to go all the way across here. Let me just clear this out. I'll have to change it later, just so it fits all the redstone. And I think that's honestly about it. I think that's my whole setup. Now we just add the redstone and we're done, basically. And then we can start generating tons of power, and I'll show you guys how this works. It's kind of ridiculous. So let's just set our redstone here. We'll wrap this around to our timer. Oh, this is where I needed. Okay, so no, I didn't mess up. I had it set up right. What am I talking about? Just like that. As you can see, it's starting to pulse, which is fine. And we're going to hook the redstone just like that. So you guys can take a look. This is how everything's set up. Redstone's going across, connected directly. Goes all the way around. Bam. The reason you want to pull this back one is so that way you can get this direct connection. And this guy's ready to fire up, guys. As you can see right now, these actually hold energy. They hold 5 million RF apiece. That's a lot of RF. That's each 5 million apiece. And we're about to blow power. We're about to blow this pack to bits with the power. Power is not going to be like an issue for us anymore. Because since there's nothing gated with Rftools, you can just create the most powerful power generation that Rftools provides, which is the Intergenic Generator. All right, so let's just throw one Ender Pearl in here and let it do its thing. Right? Did it go yet? Oh wait, this has to have a signal going to it. I forgot to set these. So don't forget to do that. You have to set this to once, two, otherwise it will not work. Okay, let's try this again. There they go. Okay, look at this. Look how much power this is generating. It'll show here in a minute. This is just this one block is generating 23,000 RF, or 2,500 RF. 2,500 RF on that one, 2,500 RF on this one. They're all generating about 2,500 RF. So 2,500 RF a tick. Pretty insane. But yeah, make sure you set these to twice on this. And yeah, this is good. Your ender pearls will last a little while. As you can see, the redstone signal stays off while this is what somebody said. It's funny in the Discord, playing hot potato with ender pearls to generate power. So yeah, while it's doing that, you can see it's just creating a massive amount. So let's get into the power cells and how they work. So power cells are a multi-block. They don't have to be touching each other to become a multi-block. The link cards is what actually makes them a multi-block. So let's put one on top of each one of these. All right, so now, as of right now, they're all their own they're their own energy source or their own energy storage. But let's put one link card in this one, as you can see, and let's go ahead and link all of these cards to now their linked ID 1. This is link ID 1. And let's go ahead and just put them in each one. And then we have one right here for ours. Now, as you can see, if we hold shift here, this thing has a huge buffer now. And each input, say on this side, if you take your smart wrench, I can demonstrate this a little bit better. If you click right here, you have your input, then your output. But your input here, it can receive 5,000 RF a tick, and then your output can output 5,000 RF a tick at the most. But what you can do here is you can go on top. Let me go down here real quick. Let me place this back down. It should still be link ID 1. You can set this to output energy on all sides or input energy on all sides. So I'm going to select on these input energy on all sides. And if you wanted to, you could turn these off on all the other sides. If you wanted to, it doesn't really matter. But the bottom is definitely going to be set. I'm just going to do it for the looks. And this is wireless power, guys. I'm going to show you here in just a second. So that's off. That's off. There we go. But they're all still inputting power. So this is a total storage of 4 million because they hold 1 million apiece, and we have 1 million, or we have 4 of them as of right now. If I place another one down and link it to that one, even if it's an output one, it would make it 5 million. But yeah, that was just off of like what, a couple pearls that we've already filled this entire buffer. And don't forget, this has its own buffer. So let's just throw a couple more ender pearls in here. And I mean, just the massive amount of power that we're generating. So you see RF gain 256,000, and we have a loss of 4,000. The loss is not, I mean, that's something you want to kind of look for. I mean, if you did mess up, like I showed you where I messed up and forgot to do this, yeah, that's an issue. But I mean, we're generating so much power right now. This is insane. And I wanted it to be visible. So as you can see it down there doing its thing. Eventually we can set it up to automate ender pearls going into this, and we can have, you know, our power just Just such a large amount of power. This is just ridiculous. It's just unbelievable. And these actually don't require that much power. This is only 2,000 or 200 RF a tick. This is 160 RF a tick. So yeah, whenever we get to the bigger stuff, that's where this is going to come in handy. But man, this is just some ridiculous power generation. I can't even, I can't. It's just unbelievable. What we could do is set a hopper to go right here, just a hopper system going directly down if we wanted to, but I think me popping down here every now and then to drop an ender pearl in here is not going to be a big deal. At least for right now. We'll get this set up later. But let's go ahead and get our power generation for our output. We need to put like a hub or something. I think for right now, what I'm going to do is have a power output on each one of these, so they're receiving their own power. And I'm going to climb up here. Don't want to use that stuff. Just a couple building blocks that I have. There we go. Let's go ahead and break that connection. We don't really need that right now. Place the power cell. Put our card in here. That's going to make it 5 million. And then we can set this to output on all sides. So now these are all outputs, which is really nice. All right, and let's get our parts. Let's see. We'll take these, connect them right up to the side. And I know this is overkill on the power, but consider it more like a storage. Because each side can produce 5,000 RF tick. So now these are definitely getting the max power, because I think this says 256 on the LV cables. It's like a max of 250 something RF, or maybe a little bit lower than that. The more you like, the higher tier you go up in the wire, the better it goes. But even the next tier up, the NV cables, those only do like 1,880 something, 1,080 or something like that. They don't do that much. It isn't until you go to the even higher ones, the LV, or the high voltage, that you actually get, you'll be able to pull the max out of these sides. But each side lets out 5,000. So if you hook up to each side, you can be producing, I think 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,000. So each one of these blocks can actually output 30,000 RF if you really wanted to. All right, so with us getting into some more thermal expansion, we're going to need to take some of this pulverized iron that we've gathered from here, and we're going to mix it with some nickel. And this is going to get us Invar. So we take this and mix it with here. We'll get Invar blend. And luckily enough, we get the powder from here. So pretty nice that we don't have to even make the powder. But we can go ahead and cook it down. I'll go ahead and take my mithril out. And this should cook pretty good. What I did was I just removed my HV. I moved my HV over here so this could stay constant. This honestly doesn't need the HV. It doesn't need to be that hot. It only needs to be a little ways. I honestly think that this is perfectly fine for what we're going to be doing. I'm just cooking sand in this thing at this point. It's literally only for cooking sand down into the blocks. So, anyways, here's the Invar that we're going to be needing for the rest of today's episode, I do believe. And that's to get the Induction Smelter. So at this point, we have all the gold we could want. Let's take the gold. We have so much gold now, mainly because of this over here, but also that our strainers are automated. Makes our gold production that much better. And all of that's been processed. Good. So we can take some more of the copper and get some more gears. And we can take all of our gold now. Look at that. Plenty of gold. Plenty of it. Doing pretty good. Okay. So, just like last time, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need... Let's see, for the Induction Smelter and the Magma Crucible at that. I'm going to need this guy, which is just gold nuggets. I don't know how many actually I'm going to need. Looks like this one's going to require bronze nuggets. Which actually I don't have any nuggets, but we can turn them into nuggets. Now that we have this guy. Should be able to do what, split mode? And it'll turn it into bronze nuggets. Simple as that. It's not very hard at all. And the thing doesn't even use power. I thought that was kind of crazy as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this. There's that recipe. And we'll make a couple of those. I think the magma crucible is the only one that requires this. And what else did we need? We need the fluid transposer, right? Fluid transposer. Okay, that just requires a bucket and glass. So yeah, we pretty much have everything we need now. How cool is that? Let's just throw everything in here. I think the only thing that I may need... Oh, no, we should have enough copper gears. I was just making sure we had enough gears. And the induction smelter. Let's go ahead and make this. We're going to need 3 of them. This will get us the induction smelter. There we go. That should work. The problem is the gears don't match, so sometimes you have to just replace them yourself. The magma crucible, which magma rack we may be missing, which we can get that real quick. And electrum. The electrum is the wrong type. So there's that. And I'm pretty sure there's some inferno bricks. I have a couple of them. We'll take some of the magma rack. Oh, I have some magma brick already. There we go. And that'll make magma brick. Perfect. And then we should be able to make this. Let's just replace the gears. Alright, there's our magma crucible. And then we need a fluid transposer. And this is the last one, and I'm sure we have all that. It's saying I'm missing one piece of glass. It's understandable. Fluid transposer. There we go. Perfect. So there's all the machines for that. And it's wanting us to make these 2 types of materials. We'll definitely get to those. And it won't take too much to do that. Also, let's go ahead and get a power cell. I think I have another one. Block of redstone. And I need another card. And then we should be able to power all 3 of these. Okay, let's go ahead and get a copy. Let's link that. There we go. And I did manage to set up the room. So yeah, it's looking nice and fancy. And let's go ahead and just drop the power cell down here. Just like that. And we can set each one of these machines next to it. Just for right now. Till we get things set up. And then we'll set this to output all sides. And throw our link card in there. And there we go. Now all I have to do is feed this thing some ender pearls. It is running a little low on ender pearls. Or power. Thing is, I don't have to do this very often. I just throw those in there. That should keep it way powered for a while. And yeah, this will charge up. Look at that. These guys are full and ready to work. All right, so it's wanting us to make a few alloys. So we have the lumium ingots and the signalium ingots. I found a way to make known alloys even easier than even make more alloys. Okay, I found a way to make the known alloys even easier and even make more alloys that I couldn't make before. Okay. So yeah, the induction smelter is going to make all of our normal alloys. And we're going to have to make both of these. I think signalium is not that bad. Let's see. You have to make the blend, which is destabilized redstone, copper, and silver. So let's just grab that redstone. And sometimes you can see, like in this storage system, that the stacks are separated. If you hit this button, it'll sort your stacks for you, which is kind of cool. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this, take them with me, and yeah, I just carried my entire storage with me. And you just take it with you wherever you want to go, if that's what you wanted to do. I'm just going to place it down here. One of these, I don't know which one's what. Okay, this one's the right one. This one's actually my B chest. I just placed all my B stuff in there. But yeah, these are my replacement chests. This one just has a small 100 stack storage in it. And then this one's got the big guy in it. But yeah, you can think of these as chests. That's just kind of how they work. So we're going to need redstone, right? And we're going to need to take redstone, throw it in here, and just let it turn into liquid redstone. And we're going to get a bucket. And we needed to blend this for the signalium blend with copper and pulverized silver. So as we go do that, let's go grab some copper and pulverized silver. And lucky enough, it's in here. And we should have silver in here as well. Pulverized silver. So it's 3 copper to 1 pulverized silver. 3 copper to 1 pulverized silver. We're going to make 2 ingots worth. This will make a little bit more than what we actually are going to have. And then I'm going to get the stuff ready for the luminescence stuff as well. That shouldn't take too long to set up. Also, I want to get into piping. So to set up, to actually make the pipes from thermodynamics, which is our thermal expansion, these pipes are really nice. And they're good for power with the leadstone flux ducts. But the leadstone flux ducts require glass. I think it's hardened glass, actually. It requires this hardened glass. Now, to get the hardened glass, it is, what is it? I'm trying to think of what it's called that it's mixed with. The base metal for hardened glass. Let's just take a look. Not hardened copper glass, just hardened glass. Is going to be lead ore and 4 obsidian powder. So we'll take the obsidian powder that we're also getting in here. And that's 3 sets, so it'll take 3 lead dust. And we'll just toss that in the induction smelter for right now. And that'll get us some of that hardened glass that we're going to need for a lot of the pipes in thermal. Not just item pipes, fluid pipes, and all that good stuff. And like servos and stuff are what you use to transfer the things. But I mean, these are really good pipes and I highly recommend using them and making them as soon as you can. And of course, this is going to get you 2 apiece for each set. And like I said, it requires that 4 pulverized obsidian. You should have a bunch of the pulverized obsidian just laying around. I want to take this out. We have 2 buckets worth right now. So, once we get a fluid pipe, I'm actually going to route this fluid into here. So let's go ahead and get a fluid duct. Right here. Requires hardened and copper. So we should be able to make that fairly easy. Just like this. And then we're going to need a servo. Just going to make a simple, cheap servo. And we're just going to hook that up right here. Have the servo on the side that pulls. It actually, I guess you don't need a servo. I totally forgot about that. You don't need a servo whenever this has the auto output stuff going on between the machines. But there it is. And what you can do is throw your bucket in here. It's going to fill your bucket with destabilized redstone. Pretty cool. Let's get our crafting table. And we'll take this, slide it over. Bam. And then we get Signalium blend. And a lot of it, actually. Get quite a bit. And then we can cook this up with some sand, actually, and that wouldn't be bad. Let's grab some sand. And throw that in here, and that will cook us up some ingots. So that's one process down. Now we need this. So if we take a look here, you can actually see in the magma crucible itself, tells you how much you get. So 4 glowstone will equal 1 bucket worth. So 8 of those should equal 2 buckets, I do believe. So let me go ahead and get my other bucket out of here of the Signalium, and we'll just go ahead and blend that up. Just like this. Bam. More Signalium. And perfect. This is actually used to upgrade your machines and such. This way you actually get some slag as an output. It's not that bad. This actually takes a little bit longer. It's probably one of the longer processes. But, I mean, over time, things are going to work out just fine. As you can see, man, with the power, we put those 5 ender pearls in. Our power hasn't even budged, and it's been quite a while. And we've been sitting here doing this. So, as you can see, there's that. We almost have 1 bucket of the energized glowstone. So, luminescence, or, yeah, is that what it's called? Keep forgetting what it's called. Lumium. So we should have some lumium here. And lumium is made with lumium blend, which is tin and 1 silver. So let's go grab some tin dust. And a piece of silver. Where's our tin? And my silver is laying around here somewhere. There it is. And that'll get us 8 ingots worth of that for, you know, whatever we may need. We'll be able to make it faster later on, but for right now, I'm not too worried about it. All right, let's go ahead and get our bucket now that this has a bucket in it. You can also pick it up just like that as well. That's what you wanted to do. And then go ahead and craft it. Simple as that. Look at there. And you can, of course, do the same thing here. Throw your lumium blend in with some sand, and it will cook it up just like a normal smeltery. Except for you get some slag out of it. And there we go. Quest completed. Even more alloying. Awesome. So that quest is done. And as you can see, here's the ducts that it's talking about. Make a leadstone flux duct, item duct, and fluid duct. So, thermal, leadstone flux duct. We're missing, oh, this block. So, like I said, sometimes this gets confused with the way the items are. If it's not specifically determined, then it gets confused. And then we need an item duct. It's the only other one we haven't done. And that should complete that quest. DuckTales. Oh gosh. It says I developed a better way to transport power, items, and fluids, which is also really cool. Ooh, long distance transfer. So we're getting into some really advanced stuff here. But I think today, we've done quite a bit. We did get into some thermal expansion, and we also got some incredibly OP power going on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a thumbs up. I highly recommend checking out the Discord if you haven't already. We are almost at 1,000 members at this point. Pretty awesome that you guys are showing the support there. Also, I do have a Patreon and a Patreon server, and there are some really good plans for the server going into the future. So right now it's at SevTech. If you're watching this in the past and not this date, it may be something else, but I'm planning on opening up a special server, and we're gonna be doing a series on that. So just keep that in mind, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. As always, thanks for watching.
Let's go! Round 1.